Hello, you guys. This is the One Piece King here today. I guess I don't know if I'll have to make this video short or something because apparently, I storage really is an issue, and I think YouTube probably shouldn't have done the update and stuff. In my opinion, they shouldn't have done it because it really did make no difference at all. It just made probably more complications for me whenever I make my videos and stuff. Like it gives me an actual time period and stuff, which is very, very stupid for them to do. Um, but anyway, though, the topic to talk about obviously is basically what I was talking about in the last video though, but it's not, discussing about my expectations for DLC. No, it is gonna be a Pirate Warriors 4, but this is regarding over to how the mechanics really work. Um, More focusing on the Logia characters. We have a few, we have a few. We have the three admirals, obviously. We have Ace and Sabo. We have a smoker in there as well. Um, I think that's our only Logias. I think I know there's probably like another Logia I'm forgetting probably. But those are the only ones I can think of at the moment and stuff. We don't have Enru back in the game yet and stuff. Like we probably might be getting Enru back, but anyway, for the Logia characters. Honestly, though, I'm actually more supportive on how they did the mechanic in Pirate Warriors 3 than they did in the fourth one. Because, in 4, if it was more of characters that don't have hockey or, Sea Prism Stone or just anything, that can probably, negate the Logia powers and everything, I would give them that really, I would basically give it that, they pay attention to that. But as for like other things, basically where it's where basically it is like hockey based attacks, or if say Smoker because he's the only one that carries the Jide, I believe it's called. It's like Jitte. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's like Jide or Jeet or something. But anywho, but on the tip of his weapon, on this little staff pole weapon that he has, on the tip of it, has Sea Prism Stone on it, which, all he has to do is kind of just, like, basically jab it on, like, on your body somewhere, like maybe on your arm. And, if you were, like, a Devil Fruit user, your powers would be negated, they can't be used. We saw this example of Smoker using it on Luffy in the Brainford War. So yeah, like Smoker knows the stuff and everything. But but as for like the Straw Hats basically, like Luffy and Zoro, they definitely have hockey and everything. Only thing that's different with Zoro, and I hope that they do this as an update for like, when the DLC comes in. Obviously for Zoro is to finally have his awakening be Black Blades instead of it just being like, just him going the full force burst and it just ups his attacks really. Like no, I think they should really give him the Black Blades and stuff and really enhance his slashes and stuff, like make them truly powerful because that's pretty much what Zoro's training was and everything was that he learned hockey in 2 years and he's gotten better. Um but for Luffy, on the other hand, he does have hockey-based attacks and everything. He has the Hot Gatling, the Elephant Gun, the Elephant Gatling, the Grizzly Magnum, um, the Hawk Whip. Any moves kind of related to that and everything that we know has hockey with it because this is the time skip Luffy in the game. Um, Definitely though, definitely with like any of the hockey based attacks should instantly, kind of either knock them out of it. Sort of like the mechanic did in, Pirate Warriors 3, where if you use the Gum Gum Grizzly Magnum move, say on Caesar, if you were to use that and everything, like maybe once or twice, it actually would get him out of the Logia form and stuff. Like it would actually get him out of the Logia form and like that's pretty much it for Caesar right there and everything. Caesar would instantly get beat up and stuff, but but for Pirate Warriors 4, the logic of Logias is that oh yeah, they're supposed to be these really powerful characters. You cannot touch them, or you can't defeat them so easily whenever they're in their elemental states. You can't beat them and everything. Like you have to you have to take down the shield bar in order to get them, like basically off of that and stuff. But I think they kind of need to fix that a little bit, in my opinion. They do, because if it was, like if it was like a regular character, that doesn't have hockey at all, like say Chopper, because like just randomly just saying Chopper and stuff, but like it could be basically anybody and stuff as we know of, because I'm trying to think of like, maybe Barto doesn't really have any hockey. The only thing that really saves him is the barrier fruit. That's the only thing that saves him. I went and tested him out today, but Barto's not really like, my favorite to play as in that game and everything. I'll rank him as like, maybe a B tier character and stuff, because it's like maybe they need to have a little bit of work on Barto and stuff, but you know, um, but yeah, but someone like Barto that uses the barrier moves and everything with barrier fruit abilities to to protect him, or to use as attacks and everything, like. I mean, yeah, that makes sense on, like, hey, maybe, with the, yeah, maybe with that and everything, it actually, like, I don't know if that would actually, beat the Logias easily, because, it's a barrier, and the only thing how to break the barriers basically is, by Barto himself, because no one else has broken the barriers before. No one's ever attempted to try, or, I mean, even if they did, they wouldn't be able to, because, the barriers are really, they're tough. They're not going to be easily broken so easily, so, that's really it with, Barto's, whole barrier ability right there. Um, but I guess I could probably throw in like a random character, like say Ivankov. I think Ivankov doesn't really have any hockey at all. Um, so yeah, if Ivankov was willing to go and like fight, Ace or Akainu, which we've seen him fight Akainu before, and it did not end well for him. Yeah, like the same logic in the game. If Ivankov was to like go in to fight out, Akainu, in the magma Logia state, um, it would not be very easy. In fact, out of all the other Logia characters I've seen, that I've also fought before in the game too, Akainu with those magma powers really, is like troublesome and stuff. Like, I'm playing it on the normal mode. I'm not playing it like on extra hard or something. I don't want to do that, because I feel like, I've had like 8 losses in the game. Probably like around 8, losses, or 9 right about now. Like, I actually count my losses from the game that I've had in, like, during the time. Um, and yeah, like, face it to say, if you're not, like, if you're not using a Lokia character yourself, or if you're not using a giant character, somebody like Akainu or the other Logias will definitely, defeat you so easily and everything, I'm not even kidding, they really will. It's just impossible though, because it's like the only way how you're really gonna win through all your battles and everything, like collecting all the coins and stuff, and then basically just maxing out all your characters and stuff. The only way how you're really gonna win is, like, in my opinion, is, by choosing a Logia character. So that means like all the Logias that we have in Pirate Warriors 4, um, characters that could do form changes and everything. So I guess you could say Luffy in a sense, because Luffy gives off a form change with Gear 4. Um, most definitely, like, Luffy right there. I mean, Kaido and Big Mom, they're big characters naturally, and they do have form changes, but my opinion though, Kaido's regular, full force burst, where it just gives him, like a beat, like a, a boost up into the strength there. I think, with that and everything, I think that's actually better than, Kaido's dragon form, because I went and tested out his dragon form. It's not really, that impactful at all, in my opinion. It really isn't. I mean, I could probably give it a try and stuff, but New World, like the New World League side of it, I don't think the dragon form can actually do a single thing to anybody, really. It's not doing a lot of damage at all, so, I think the regular full force burst, of Kaido, that he has naturally, I think that's what works best for him and everything. I haven't tested out Big Mom's, yeah, I haven't tested out Big Mom's yet and everything, but whenever I do, I'll give my opinion on that to see if it actually does anything or not. Because I tested out Big Mom and everything, and in fact, Big Mom is not a joke. Big Mom is actually like her and Kaido are definitely like with the big boss characters that they are. In fact, I think yeah, it's like only those three are really the big boss characters and stuff because those are the only ones that we have is like Kaido, Big Mom, and well, I mean you could say Katakuri in a sense because Katakuri is a pretty tall guy, but Katakuri is like not on the giant level and stuff of like Big Mom and Kaido. Like Katakuri is not on that and everything. He's tall, but he's not gigantic and stuff. Um, but Whitebeard, Whitebeard's a pretty tall guy himself and everything. I mean in a sense, you can kind of count him as like a giant, as a giant character as well, like like a big boss battle as well, because Whitebeard doesn't mess around and everything. But with those three that we have, Whitebeard I've already tested. He's already a beast already. He's literally, with the Tremor Fruit. I'm not even kidding you. With the Tremor Fruit moves that he has, um, yeah, they're not a joke. They actually will do a lot of like big hits and everything. They definitely will. Kaido with his strength and everything, his durability, definitely is already the best already, and Big Mom with hers. Yeah, Big Mom with hers and everything, like her moves are already crazy already, because just by using Prometheus, Zeus, and Napoleon, like all three at once, which I'm not saying all three at once, but it's like in the combos you can, it's like, one combo it's using Zeus, the other is using Prometheus, even there's one that actually uses just the two, or at least two of them that use just the two. It's, if you play the PS4 version and everything, it is, the triangle and everything is using both of them at the same time. But if you press like square triangle, that actually uses like, both of them too, but it's like not at the same time together, but it's like separate. And Napoleon, is just having his own combo with, I think it's like the square, like three squares and a triangle, I believe. Um, but anyway, though, yeah, like Big Mom already a beast with that and stuff. Um, and like hers is already a beast with that and everything. And I think, yeah, like I think most importantly is that whenever she goes in the awakened state and everything, the full force burst, I think Zeus and Prometheus actually act on their own. Like they'll go and fulfill a duty or something, but then once the enemy's taken out, they'll actually go back to you. They'll actually go back to Big Mom, and it's like, wow, it's like if you think about it, like Big Mom's gonna be like a really top tier character because like there's so much with her that they did, and it's great. Like I said, I haven't tested the form change yet. I think I will tomorrow. Just to see how it's like, to see what it really does. But yeah, like basically all I'm trying to get the point across though, because I kind of went on a bit of a tangent and everything with that and stuff. But the point across is that, if the update ever comes by, most definitely we do need, kind of a bit of like the debuffs of the Logia characters, because like if you play as the Logia characters and everything, that makes sense. Like that makes sense that basically you feel overpowered, that it's like, yeah, nobody can do anything to me and everything, like the riffraffs and everything, and like the boss enemies and even the big boss battles do nothing. Like they do absolutely nothing. That means like if you play as Ace or Sabo, and if you're fighting Drake or Jack and they want to do their, they basically want to do like their, attacks at you and everything, which obviously I think Jack actually does a lot worse than Drake. Because I remember I made a video, talking about that way back. I think I did upload. It was talking about Pirate Warriors 4, and it was talking about, I think it was a review, but it was talking about like the big boss battle characters and stuff like Drake. Um, yeah, like at first I thought Drake, was like a problem, because he's, gigantic in the Allosaur form. But Technically, now that I've fought him many times before, and even fought him with other characters, Drake actually is not really a problem. Like Drake is like more of a mid problem to me now. Um, in fact, no, it's not. Drake's not the problem. It's Jack who's the problem. When I mean it. Like if Jack wants to go and like do a really powerful attack and everything, he will do it. Like that will mess you up, and I'm not kidding. It will, especially if you're playing like on the new world, level and everything. And I'm telling y'all, like Jack is not a joke. All right, he's not. Like the only way how I was able to win against Jack was obviously getting like a big character like Kaido or Big Mom in there, fighting Jack, and that was the only way how I could win and everything. But even then, like New World levels wise, definitely was still difficult and stuff fighting Jack, but. Yeah. But, you know, like I basically with these updates, I do hope that they kind of just look at that and everything, look at their mistakes and, just understand that and everything. Like understand the Logias aren't supposed to be very invincible in the new world. Like they were invincible in the Grand Line, don't get me wrong, they are, but in the new world though, hockey is basically the hit thing. Like you have a devil fruit in the new world, cool, like that's cool, bro. You survived, but like that's basically half survival right there. If you've basically just eaten a devil fruit without, having any, sense of hockey, basically, like, you don't even want to train it or something, like everybody has it, but it's like if you don't want to train it and everything, it's just at that point having the devil fruit is really gonna get you screwed up though, depending on the type of what you have, because the Paramecia could probably last you probably a bit and everything. The zones can too if you're, kind of with somebody and everything. I think that's with Paramecia and the zones. If you're with somebody, definitely you're gonna be safe if you're with a group. Because if you go by yourself, it really depends on the Paramecia and the zone. If it's not really that strong, or the way how you use it isn't really that strong, definitely, yeah, I would say go with a group. But but if you were to choose with a logia and everything, like sure they'll get you somewhat far, but there's people with hockey there and everything, and if you go and mess with like the emperors and everything, like Kaido, Big Mom, or Blackbeard, or Shanks, you mess with those guys, the logia is not gonna help you out. Like your fruit, your logia fruit, whatever one it is not gonna help you out. You're not gonna be safe. Because it seems like you're just gonna get hurt really bad and stuff. Like that's not gonna be good. So yeah, definitely, definitely it's like we need, like basically we need them to understand and everything. And I know I've been kind of directing the attention at Bandai a lot for that. Um, but a buddy of mine actually told me, yeah, a buddy of mine actually told me like, no, don't direct your attention at Bandai. It's not their decision, it's Koei Tecmo's decision. So I think every time whenever I say that and everything, I actually should have been thinking about it. Should have been thinking about like, well, I mean, they're the ones that kind of have the stuff go through. It's like it's also kind of their decision as well. Where it's like they'll ask Koei Tecmo whenever they make this, and they'll be like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Like, are you sure you want to do it this way?" It's like, yes, you know, and they basically just they let it go through, but at this point, though, I really think that they probably should be putting their heads together and actually thinking about, like, all right, maybe we should make a few changes, like, whenever this update for the DLC comes through. Definitely should have a few changes here and there. The example would be the Logios, basically, that, Logios could be invincible, but only whenever it's like certain circumstances are, basically around or made, indicating that yeah, like by normal attacks and everything, like Logias, do not feel that and everything. So if it was a pre-time skip Luffy who, basically the Alabasta Luffy who didn't even have gear second yet, um definitely, yeah, would have already been losing the crocodile already, would have not won. But if it was like, but if it was like basically the Enies Lobby Luffy or further on where he learns the gear second, could beat Crocodile no problem, could like beat him no problem because basically how the gear second and everything, it's like it's steam, but it also has water and everything. Like it has water coming off of Luffy. So yeah, definitely gear second would easily beat Crocodile and everything. So I think they should have put something like that there and everything. But hopefully this update actually makes that happen because if not, I'm actually gonna be really I'm gonna be like really upset by that and stuff. I'm gonna be like, y'all don't remember how logias work, do you? It's like logias are these invincible beings, yes, but there's a trick on how to beat them, Like there is. And we learned that trick, Even in fact, yeah, even in fact, we actually got to see how an actual Logia user, two of them actually, or no, three, I would say three Logia users actually got, defeated so very easily. Karibo, yeah, Karibo's one, Caesar's another, and Monet is another. All three of them were Logia users, and they got beaten they got beaten up so easily in the New World. They did. I mean, granted, Karibo got, kind of beaten up by Peckham's the first time, so basically that kind of wasn't counting as a New World, but in a sense, it kind of was. The New World Saga was actually starting, even though that it was the Fishman Island arc, but the New World Saga was starting. So in a sense, yeah, Karibo counts as that as well. But even even in Karibo's little adventure story, he got defeated by the Beast Pirates, who knew hockey. So if you want to argue that, check out Karibo's little, story and everything. Like even the anime now, says, about his little story of how he got to Udon and Wano, like basically how he gets there and stuff. Like now we learn. Um, but I guess I'll end out the video right here because I just really wanted to go and get that out and stuff because that was also something I brought up in the last video. Basically saying that with Logia users, definitely they should have them like fixed and not feel overpowered. Some of them I can understand, like Akainu's and Aokiji's and Kizaru's like most likely, but other ones that are kind of like they're still inexperienced, like they haven't really trained up enough yet and everything, they haven't awakened it yet. Like Smokers and Ace and Sabos. Yeah, most definitely those guys and everything still need time. They still need time to kind of, let theirs grow and stuff. But I mean, we'll never really know where it goes and stuff with, that. Because, I mean, from the last time we saw Smoker was in Punk Hazard, and even as a Logia user, he got defeated pretty easily, so that was sad. Smoker needs to have, like, a comeback for that. He needs to trade up a little bit more in hockey, and a bit of his Devil Fruit, too, and stuff. Like, I think Smoker needs to do that. But, anywho, but I'll end out the video right here and everything, so subscribe to the channel if you haven't, leave a like on the video, and comment down below of your thoughts of, what do you think they should do with the Logias and everything, like the Logia users in Pirate Warriors 4, because, yeah, like, if you played the game and you're having a bit of trouble fighting those guys, especially Akainu, because Akainu does give a lot of trouble, no lie, but yeah, but if you're, like, if you have, like, any thoughts about that, leave a comment down below, you guys. But anyway, have a good night, morning, day. Don't really care for time zones because I'm recording this video at night right now. Um, yeah. But anywho, I guess I'll see you all in the next video and everything. I'll probably think of a topic to talk about in the next one. So, see ya.